Alright, hello. This is 1v1 OGN Premier League semifinals recap, finals preview. Fill this up. In the semis, we had Wooloo Warriors defeating the Manapees. We're just gonna get into it. This will probably be shorter than the others because there's only like 7 games. Mo's versus Notator like played, but I don't think there's a win post. So yeah. Alright, now let's get into it. Predictions. I think most of the predictions. This one had a tie. This one had Manapees favored. I favored the Manapees to win, but I thought Wooloo would win tiebreak if it went there. Did not end up going there, even though it potentially could have. So yeah, happens. Anyway, we have Waylade vs Frosty as the first series. I clicked the wrong replay. Okay, I might talk more about the series though, so maybe it ends up being the similar length. Alright, we have Double Water Vix, Malt, Gareth, Jen. I don't remember any of what happened in the series, I'm not gonna lie. Dude, this is like Weakness Policy Victini, I think it wins? Maybe not with SM Burn. I don't remember what happened, so let's see. So it goes Vix, or it went Jen. What was this Gen into? This Gen was maybe the Prim counter? It seems Specs. Is that Specs? 49? No, it was faster. Scarf does 49 with attack download? That doesn't seem right. Yeah, Firium has a cheap victory, I guess. So I guess that was hard into Gen. Does Prim not win? Like, don't you just tank him and Z? Oh, I guess they're on Fizz so maybe Gen gets the special attack boost? I have no idea. Okay. Our game 2. We have Charizard Mega, Dragonite Mag, Volkite Necro. Okay, these are a lot of brokens, and then a Volcanion. D-Night Mirror? Us? I think Necro beats every Pokemon in this tier. I have no idea what his matchups are. We see a Necro. That isn't actually the battle music, that's the music that I'm playing in the background. Okay, Hard Belly Drum, Prismatic Laser? Nope. It is just Stall. Goodbye. That's us pack. Waylade has been defeated by Mega Charizard. At game 3, we have this team I remember Frosty brought in PO4 Bear Scutus. Well, maybe not Frosty brought, but someone definitely brought it. I'm pretty sure it was Frosty. I think OBDC might have used it as well. Waylade brings like, this looks like an OS team honestly. Lando Grand. We have Lop. Let's see. It's a pretty damn good. Dude, this is Scarf Sockets 3-0, I think. Unless we see like Ban Shadow Sneak Grem, which would be pretty poggers, I think. I don't believe it is that. I'm pretty sure it is Scarf Sock actually. But I remember what happened in the game, so yeah, the Scarf Sock just ends up being Ada. So yeah, it ends up being Jolly Lops without speeds. So that is GG. I'm pretty sure Feeny had like a broken magic there as well. Like, wasn't Feeny really good? I guess there's a Gunk Gran to worry about. Yeah. Okay, anyway, next game. I don't even know what the score is. I think Waylade's up 2-1. Okay, then we have Big Night Survey. Waylade's just bringing like only broken Pocket Monsters and a Volcanion in the series. We have Frosty bringing Venusaur. So that's OP. This is a free Venu, isn't that? Actually, there's like Fly D-Knight. And then Vic wins. Wouldn't it be Scarf D-Knight on this team? I feel like it would. Anyway, I remember what happened in this game, so this was like, yeah, Frosty goes Aggron, like, I guess it's like hard into the D-Knight. I guess it'll also be Civic, maybe it's best Mon to Victini as well. If it's like Waylade showed Firium. But, Waylade just clicks Serp without fear of Venusaur. I don't know actually, because like Serp loses to Mega Aggron, so maybe he read the Band Aggron as well. Interesting actually. Oh. I'm just like thinking about why both these picks occurred. Aggron 2-1s, so there's that. The Serp was maybe maybe Victini doesn't beat Sableye. That's definitely possible. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. feel like the D-Knight was Scarf. So the side note. Anyway, Whaley's up 3-1. This is Zard Grand Clef. Yeah, we just bring like Greninja and Charizard every game. That's SM1. Then we have Gyarados Lot. This is like a ORS team. I wouldn't use either of these teams in ORS, but they're all ORS teams. Let's see this game. Let's go Zone. Whaley picks Clef into Lop. Frosty like always wins this, I think. Unless he gets like insanely outplayed with like magic codes and metal sounds, and then dies to Moonblast somehow. But that's like never happening. Alright, so Frosty gets one back, 3-2 Waylaid. Fortunately he loses this game, so Frosty has like does not seem like an optimal Volcarona magic unless he's DD Zig. It's probably not DD Zig because wait. I was gonna say it's probably not DD Zig because like you need a Mag matchup, but doesn't Gen beat Mag? Pretty sure Gen beats Mag. So that's not true. But as we'll see, he's not DD, so he's defeated by Zig. Where just subs on the Z move, and then QD is free. He still lost to E speed, I think. If it was like some offensive E speed set, he just lost it. But I guess that was just Fizdef Coil, and he's defeated. I think maybe it's like Fizdef. Maybe Fizdef beats a Mawile, actually. You need it for that, as opposed to like a DD Draconium set. Guy like me runs Coil DD, but. Okay, so Waylaid wins, puts the Manaphy's up 1-0. And the next day we have Chris Numbers vs Stravenge. Stravenge previously 4-1 in DPP. Wait, was it 3-1 or 4-1? I'm pretty sure it was 4-1. Anyway, so going to DPP. Chris Numbers brings Jirachi Swampert Celebi. Stravenge brings a Breloom. Breloom's fine, but. So we see Rotom Heat as the best Jirachi answer. But we have Hippo's also really good, but you can lose special. But anyway, he picks the Rotom Heat with 2-1s, and then Chris Numbers is not afraid of the Breloom 2-1 and just goes Swampert, and then he's able to just win with Cuss. His Cuss type just wins versus Scarf. If he Shadow Ball, that was just not a win because Chris Numbers can just endure into Torrents. He still had to hit 2 Hydro Cannons, but yeah. Anyway, game 2. Chris Numbers brings a Registeel, which is a very rare Pokemon these days. Next to Entei Celebi, because we just bring Celebi every game. And Stravenge brings the Double Bird, Swampert. Staraptor is kind of fresh. What happened to? I'm pretty sure that, yeah, this game ends up being Staraptor into Entei. Staraptor's pretty good here. Clicks return. I'm pretty sure. Is that banned? I don't know. I'm pretty sure that Stone Edge miss did not matter. It's like. With. Like, if we assume banned Entei, I'm pretty sure with the Intimidate it doesn't matter, but I'm not sure. You know, I guess Staraptor is kind of like a mid ground into everything. I can lose to counter Reggie, but Reggie's a hard pick into these guys. Probably just Entei into Molt. Could have had some bulk on Staraptor as well, but it's kind of unlikely. You're like with Staraptor, you just run like max speed band and try to explode Zapdos. Because most Zapdos are bulky these days. It's kind of like Slacking-esque, except it's a flying type. Anyway, game 3. So we have Ripe, Moltres, Crest. See a lot of Moltres usage. Just kind of cool. It's a Jirachi, good Jirachi answer. Then we have Mammal, Jirachi, Armaldo. This team is like 2 unviables plus Jirachi. I'm kidding. Mammal and Armaldo are fine, I think. Armaldo's actually pretty good. Anyway. So you see Stravenge have a pretty bad Rhyperior matchup because Ripe lives every hit in this gen. So it'd have to be like a CV Mammothswine, maybe that kills, but probably not. Stravenge also has a pretty bad Moltres matchup. Armaldo should win because they run pretty heavy Spadef to beat Zapdos Reich. So yeah, this is pretty good matchup for Chris Numbers overall. Chris Numbers ends up being scared of the Armaldo and goes Ripe, and then Faces a grass Najirachi, so he gets packed. Probably Spexrachi. Spexrachi also good for Kingdra on this team, and just like for water types in general, because like Mamo or Maldo hard lose to waters. So you have Draco Meteor for Kingdra, Grass Knot for like Suicune. So yeah. And then we have the game 4. The Shaman Twin Venusaur, which is OP. And then next to the T-Tar Suicune, 2 Brokens. We have Chris Numbers being 2 dogs, missing the 3rd dog, which is probably why he lost this game. Unfortunately, Venu actually has a pretty good matchup. Hera has a pretty good matchup, but only loses to a HP flying Venusaur, which he would have to click the Entei 1-2 into. I think generally this game, he probably didn't know that, maybe didn't know that HP flying Venusaur was a thing, but that's definitely one of the main reasons to run Venusaur, because you can live any hit from Heracross. Actually, I don't even know if you live Swarm. I assume you live Swarm, Megahorn, because you live Band. But I mean, I assume you vote for that. Unless it could also be Cuss-type Venusaur of his own. But Cuss-type Venusaur is also slower. When the 2 Cuss-type berries go off. There's that. But anyway, so yeah, some stuff here. Did the miss matter? Nah, so I have Stone Edge. I'm Venu does live Band Megahorn, because they run like Super Biz Def, not a lot of speed in this gen. Anyway, common Venu W though. So, Scavenge ties it up 1-1. We have Ecstatic versus Drip Legend in the ORAS. Ecstatic, powered by Dom Showdown. Actually, I've got a guard, also known as Farm by Medicham Mega. You see David bring Medigran and Zapdos. I actually don't like Medigran as a core, but I think Zapdos actually does a lot for it. Still, like I don't like Medigran because you like auto lose to like steals. Zapdos helps with that, but basically any set that Zapdos can run. Anyway, this game, Drip Legends basically has the speed time Medicham to beat it, or be Protect Gardevoir. But it's not Protect Gardevoir. He's defeated. It could also have been Max Speed Guard and lost the speed tie, but Max Speed Guard. I think Fake Out does less more than 26 to Max Speed Guard. Yeah. I don't actually know if Fast Tech Guard. I mean, when you run Tech on Guard, you should run Fast so you have Specs BZ, but I don't know if those spreads even live like a P-Jab or a Giga from Midi and Law, respectively. Anyway, yeah, so Midi Fish works. No Zapdos needed that game. Right. You have Ecstatic Ring, another Electric Flying and Thunderous. Let's do Zard Crest. Then we see Dripping, Grand Vict, Molts. It's pretty standard anti-Zard teams type of thing. With Grand and Molts being solid versus them. Then Vic for Steel type answer. Yeah. Dude, there's been no Steel type bro this series, but I still feel like double Steel weak teams are kind of bad. You just get 2-1 by Metagross. It's OP. Anyway, looking at this, so Thunderous and ORAS, I can run this set that runs an SM, which is like a Guavaberry like Subtox with Fly, or I can run Specs. Cresselia and ORAS, PQS kind of like invented it, I would say, or invented the modern Crest in World Cup, which is just CM T-Wave with like a berry. T-Wave just you T-Wave versus everything, and as we'll see in the game, I'll just play it. As we see in the game, you can just T-Wave versus Grand because Cresselia is insanely fat. You run Citrus Berry so you can beat Charizard too if it's not sub. Or I mean, you have Oz versus Charizard, definitely not reliable. Versus Zard, if you run Psychic, is decently reliable, I'm pretty sure. At least that's what PQS told me, but I don't know how much I believe it. Anyway, it is Moonblast for Dark Pulse Grand here, and once. So the Zard probably wasn't a grand answer from that. Thunderous. Yeah, I won't be too much in this test. I don't really need to do that. But there's some things that you can judge from the team by being Moonblast Crest instead of Psychic here. But I mean, you know, it's thunderous for Charizard to answer with the Subtox set. Anyway, we go next. Alright, so we see a Raikou Brock for the third electric type out of the series in OS. We see Ecstatic being Gen Donphan Mega Latios. It's a very ecstatic type of team, I'd say. Like Donphan, Genesect, like this just screams an ecstatic team. You look at it, like when I found out this was a Dom team, I was like, damn. Anyway, Drip just pairs Raikou with Heatran Deoxys. Raikou in this gen, Subtoxic Tech. Specs is also viable. It might be better than Subtox. Anyway, this is a pretty good Raikou matchup. Loses to Gen, but I guess Ecstatic was afraid of Tran this game to go Donphan. We ended. It is Protect Tox with lefties, so I'll play on Hyper Fast. This ends up being banned Donphan, just getting stalled out. I think Raikou has some other options, like you can run CM. I don't think Raikou's that good of a mon, honestly, but I ended up fishing a good matchup here. Yeah, we see a struggle confirming it was banned. You can just tech and then sub, and then he just wins this by stalling it out with the struggle damage and protect. So with it being toxic, it did actually beat Latios. It might actually be 50-50s for Latios if it's the sub Icy Wind Draco, which it probably is for a reliable Zard answer on this team. Because I think Toxic turn 1 on Icy Wind might be a loss. Maybe a 50-50 turn 2. You just look at it. If we see Toxic turn 1 on Icy Winds, and if we see Draco turn 2, it might put it like. Well, first the Latios can CM. This is a hypothetical that won't be going down, but like, I think Raikou's favored versus Latios here, but it does lose to Genesect, I believe. Maybe Tipo 2 it fails though. Anyway, game 4, we see Ecstatic decide to bring a Staraptor next to Venutran, which beats the entire metagame, so I guess it's fair. New Suture Legend bring Medi Entei Zone. It's kind of a heater squad. I like Medicham Zone. I myself would run Mega Charizard instead of Entei, but as a legendary team, Medi Zone and Entei. Anyways, shockingly Staraptor beats only one Pokemon team preview. And I'm just gonna let this game play with no analysis because it's just something we need to watch. So we see Zone into Venu. We see a Sleep Powder, no Mega Stone, by the way. We see a Hard Frenzy Plant, still no Mega Stone, so we can conclude that it is not Mega Venusaur. I think it's fair. So we see 3-turn Sleep. Ecstatic 3 Powders for literally. Actually, he doesn't Sleep Powder for no reason. He Sleep Powdered because if he Frenzy Plants. Okay. Pause. It doesn't Sleep Powder for no reason. Okay, so he Sleep Powders here because his moves are Frenzy Plant and Sludge Bomb. And if he Frenzy Plants here, then he gets Metal Sounded into Hyper Beam, then he's recharging, so he can't click Endure. So he Sleep Powdered here because with the 3-turn Sleep, there's just something he needed to do. And I'll keep playing. So he Endures on the Metal Sounds, and then turn 5. He Endures expecting a Hyper Beam, but Drip Legend Metal Sounds again. There's a dodge, but it doesn't matter. If Hyper Beam came out here on Endure, I'm pretty sure with whatever you call it, Overgrow. Does it kill with Overgrow? I don't think so. I'm not covered. Anyway, we see a Sleep again. 1 turn. We see 2 turns. And we see Drip Legend go for Metal Sounds. Okay, so this was like kind of a toss actually. I think you just Hyper Beam here. Unless -2 didn't kill. Yeah, I didn't understand this. Like, the turn 8, I don't know why he did the Hyper Beam here. Like, I assume Hyper Beam might not kill then. But I feel like that was your only chance. Ecstatic Frenzy Plants here. Drip could have endured here, assuming he's Custap Zone. Then he could have Hyper Beams, but yeah, I don't know. Let me go through this turn by turn. Okay, so Sleep Powder. So the first one he gets the 3-turn. If he didn't get the 3-turn, he got the 2-turn. At first, if he only got a 1-turn, he lost. If he got a 2-turn, we would see a Metal Sound here, and then Venusaur would on-recharge and then Sleep Powder, and sleep here. I think with what happened turn 5, then the 3-turn sleep was nullified actually. Because we saw Endure and then Metal Sound. Uh, we saw an Endure on a Metal Sound, but the Metal Sound missed. Maybe if the Metal Sound hit, it would have been different. I feel like using the damage calc would make my analysis easier. But Ecstatic gets another sleep, only gets the 2-turn, and then the Metal Sound here is just questionable actually. Like surely Hyper Beam kills a -2 Venu. Maybe it depends on spread. But Venusaur was faster, so it was definitely not just like max HP. Uh, turn 9, Frenzy Plant. Uh, I guess Drip Legend probably just attacked here, assuming a Sleep Powder would come out. But Frenzy Plant, but they can get endured on, so I don't know. That was a hard game, I think. Yeah, turn 8 was confusing. 3-turn Sleep may or may not have mattered, honestly. I don't know. That was a very ugly win for Custep Venu, but nevertheless, a common Venusaur W. Anyway, Rulu's up 2-1. Those were some long series. Or I spent a while talking about those. We have Xander versus Dennis. Game 1. We see this is Skill Swap Lele just wins, I believe. This is also a really good Venusaur matchup, I think. But it depends if it's like Lumberry on the Crustle, could be Lumberry. Some Mental Herb I think would lose, but I don't think you're one Mental Herb with the wins. But you might because of a Romatisse matchup. But you can also be banned from Romatisse matchup, which we'll probably see. Yeah, we just see a Moonblast, not Skill Swap. See a Rockwaker miss, which probably mattered because that was probably banned. Kind of unclear what the Lele was there. I don't think 70 is specs damage versus Crustle. So, yeah, that was a bit strange. I think this is probably just a luck game, I think. Because I think it was banned Crustle. Right, game 2. See Archops, Chop. Fire, Rock, Grass. Age-old Core. And we see Dennis bring 3 S- and above Mons. Or A+ and above Mons. Both like A+ rank, I believe. And then, unfortunately, it gets a bad matchup for Sarud. Well, it's a pretty like on paper bad matchup for Sarud, but Dragapult can be banned U-turn. I'm pretty sure literally if you run like Wisp Acrobatics Weakness Policy, which is like anti-Earth that you win. And then I'm pretty sure Zera like does not win. Because I'm pretty sure Sarud bulks for ban CC, but I guess you could be like Life or bulk up and win that way. Anyway, these do see Sarud and Dragapult, but it's not banned U-turn, ends up being Specs, and it dies in one to Lariat. I don't know if that says anything about this Sarud for the Dragapult to die in one. Pretty sure it doesn't need that much attacking dust, like the standard Sarud one-shots Dragapult, but yeah. Anyway, next game we see Xander bring Registeel, Blastoise, Kyurem. Now we see Blastoise is the fighting type answer, probably. Very cheap answer. Maybe Kyurem as well. And we see, Dennis bring, this is something that Jacob ran, I think, in the past with Chansey, Romatisse, Entei. These are 2 winning pocket monsters in the Romatisse. Romatisse actually has a good matchup here if it's Helmet. Unfortunately, I was at the gameplay. So we see the Registeel come out. And we see a Heavy Slam. So this means that's AV. Standard like Star Registeels lose to Romatisse if they're Helmet. They just get looped, and then Helmet does enough damage, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'll have to like lefties Reggie or something. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Romatisse is able to loop them and win with Helmet. Anyway. Because it's AV, Romatisse does not win. Dennis gets Trick Room. Ends up Moonblasting because Xander has to switch moves. Which is a good play from him. Fortunately, it's not quite enough to see an Encore. Because, I mean, Xander's going to Heavy Slam again. Dennis clicks anything else. So he has the Encore, get another Helmet hit. and we see a disable, and yeah, not quite enough. Yeah, not quite enough there. I mean, Aromatisse did a lot of damage, and actually, like, Registeel also died, but, not quite enough. There's a good play from Dennis in there, but just not quite enough. Anyway, this Registeel might have been good into Entei if it was not Eruption Entei or Sub Entei because of counter. Um, I'm guessing Dennis didn't want to pick Chansey because of Blastoise, potentially also a Stalkion. So, and also like, Aromatisse just like wins this game. It's not AP, so that was just a good lure from Xander there. The next game, see last year's Slowbro Nihi. This is the kind of stuff that I like to see from Xander. Then we see Volcarona White Prim. This is a team that I think Close has used multiple times. Dennis has brought himself, I believe. Unfortunately, does not have a great Nihilego matchup with Specs. Unclear whether it is Specs or not. Thing is, it's not entirely clear if you need Grassland or not because you have a Slowbro. So it could be Meteor Beam. With this, you probably just want your best set versus the Water Fairies. Whether that's Light Screen or Specs, I don't actually know. But if it is Specs Grassland, it does kind of win because I'm pretty sure it's banned, right? But anyway, he doesn't need to pick Nikki. He just goes the Slowbro 1-2. When the ID's up, 36 is like not fair damage, dude. Just like Fizz Def Slowbro. Ends up being Lefty Slowbro as well. It's interesting. I feel like you want Citrus on the stall sets, but Lefties ends up being pretty good here. We see a crit do 55, but it's not enough. But also we see like Star Power do 27, which is actually no damage whatsoever. Is that like AV? I don't remember. I mean, that says it's banned because of like what happened in the like I don't know. It might have been AV then, because like 34. I mean 27 is like no damage. Or maybe it's a lot of damage and it's just like fast. I don't know. I'm not catching, but like yeah. Anyway, that was a really good series from Xander, honestly. Maybe should have been 3-0 as well with this game, but yeah. Anyway, now we get to this series. You probably have heard about what happened in this series. The Eevee Kid versus Monkey EDB. Anyway, okay, game 1. See Clops, it's probably a Clops 3-0 depending on set. If it's in prison, it beats Registeel, but I don't know if people are running in prison these days in EDB. Probably not. Yeah, so in this game we ended up seeing Arcanine versus Clops. Arcanine picked into Salamence, I assume. If he picked Registeel into those Clops, it would have been a tie, I assume. There's also Arcanine into as Durstring answer. So yeah, it was just a 2-1, but Arcanine does not defeat the CM Clops. Game 2, we see a Waldo Blastoise Zam come out. I don't know why there's a Blastoise. I'm pretty sure like all of Vaporeon, Kingdra, and Walrein all have more niches than Blastoise, but I don't know. I mean, Blastoise has Torn, which kind of hits hard. We see D-Knight, Raikou, Metagross. Generally, you see Vaporeon over or another water over Meta, but Meta ends up 2-1ing here, so that's cool. Doesn't pick it though. Just, Eevee switches up and goes the free Raikou. It being Pitaya, I think if it was Icy Winds, it was GG actually. It's like Blastoise's niche in the past was like clicking Icy Wind versus Zapdos and then winning, but not the case here. Might have been Ice Wind and just not picked. Who knows? I don't know the sets. Anyway, so Eevee Kid ties it up 1-1. In this game, we see Foxy Princess not defeat Arcanine, I guess. Like, I don't know where the Arcanine answer was here. Like, I don't know if Registeel like can win versus it but I'm pretty sure that's what White Trip's for actually. But yeah, this is just the other Arcanine, I think. Yeah, so here I have to start speaking. I have to speak on the chat. Actually, I'll speak on the chat after the series. I'm just gonna ignore it. Anyway, so we see Hitmontop got brought and picked. What was it picked into actually? Is this like a pick into Raikou? I don't know. Yeah, regardless, I guess Eevee Kid gets the fighting type versus the normal type. Unfortunately, it is Subtox. Well, I can see HAK do 55, which is not much damage actually. See attacks. See a bulk up. This is Mach Punch. Mach is in trouble, obviously. See a sub. HAK. So pretty sure Mach like doesn't kill here, but Mach is just like, nope, you ain't clicking Mach Punch, and then subs again on a bulk up. Eevee could predicted a tech there, because it's tech turn. And then you see attacks, you see there's Mach Punch. Feel like a Mach Punch you want in the earlier turn. Dude, I can't scroll out the chat to look at the chat log because of the chat. Anyway, I'm not sure if Mach Punch on this turn won. Wait, not this turn. This turn. I don't know if Mach Punch on this turn won. I don't know. I might have. Not sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure it did. I don't know. I lost the double tech, I guess. But we don't really play around that. It's kind of a confusing game, honestly. I mean, I guess it was him on top of the Tauros. I don't know why. Like, I was cognitively thinking, like, both Salamence and Regice are fine into Tauros. But that's, like, not the case. So, it was actually him on top of the Tauros. Unfortunately, him on top loses because Toxic Tauros is good at beating weak checks to it. Anyway, we go to the game 5. Oh my god, what do I even say about this game? Alright, so we're gonna play on hyper fast. We see Jirachi in the Clops. Jirachi wins this game because, I mean, Jirachi should be winning this game, as we'll see what happens. So we will see him. We see Psychic start to come out. Eevee Kid already has crit odds, but, like, Eevee Kid has to crit in 8 Psychics, because Icy and crits do not do enough damage. But anyway, then we start the PP War. You see CM and Counter being clicked. And they both have rest. Eevee Kid is out of attacking PP, and then Maki still has 15 Ice Beams. So Eevee Kid already has to struggle. There's 14 Ice Beams left. Maki is struggling counters, but unfortunately runs out. Anyway, so Ice Beam is not really doing damage. Okay, so first, actually, I need to pause here because struggle mechanics in ADB is you take 25% of the damage dealt instead of 25% of your max HP. I'm pretty sure that's the mechanic. Let me check to make sure I'm not spreading misinformation. Yeah, so it's 1/4 of their maximum HP and other gens. What is happening here? Okay, I know what I'm saying is right. It's 25% of your max HP and other gens, but in ADB it's 25% of the damage that you do. ADB and below, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Have to pause here. Maki has 10 Ice Beams. He's doing like a net, like 2% every turn or something, which is not enough, as we'll see. 7 Ice Beams. 6. 5. Or it is 4. There's 3 more to click. 2 more. Unfortunately, it lives on 4%. So, yeah, now Makis has to rest. There's no more attacking damage. Unfortunately, struggle to 0 damage. So, Eevee Kid starts to heal. Jirachi ends up just like going back to full. And then Eevee Kid says tie please, as we'll notice in the chat. So we're just gonna keep skipping turns. People in chat are doing slash. People in chat are saying do slash offer draw, which, as we're gonna see, ends up happening. As we're just watching what happens in the game, like Eevee Kid is like doing damage here. Like Eevee Kid is out damaging the leftovers. But we see a tie happen, and the chat just fucking explodes. Eevee Kid offers the tie, by the way, not Fox Apprentice. So yeah, once they were both struggling, like Eevee Kid was literally doing damage, and then Moxie wasn't. So this was a winning matchup for Eevee Kid. Eevee Kid decided it was time to tie. Eevee Kid said it was health reasons. because blood pressure was spiking. I'm not gonna question it. Uh, I'm pretty sure EVK is she, and she said don't question it, so I will not. But yeah, that's just what happened. So anyway, we go game 6. And then Magi brings Dilly Gengar game 6. Bro, what? Where's the Raikou game 6? Like Raikou Heracross? Now that Arcanine, that's a game 16 right there, bro. Not this. Anyway, so we see Heracross get picked. Marowak is a good matchup, but ends up being Endure, obviously. Endure Slack, so it's not Lychee, which always wins. But Reversal still kills. Uh, yeah. So it wasn't Fizdef Marowak, because Fizdef Marowak with like bulk for ban meta lives, unless like when I calculated like yesterday, because I was like, wait, how did this live? And it has like a 6.25% chance to kill, like add a Slack Reversal versus like Fizdef Marowak. So I guess it wasn't Fizdef Marowak, or it was an insane roll. Um, so yeah, anyway, I guess I should speak on the chat. So the chat was like definitely the worst I've ever seen in a 1v1 game. But like, let's see, what do I gotta say on it? Like, I guess the key points I wanted to make were like, this is definitely not the average 1v1 chat. And, like, people on like both sides, like, we should recognize that. There's like a couple reasons why, and like the main one was there's no auth on at the time that they played. Like they played at like, it was like 1:30 my time, so that's like 2:30 a.m. East, and then like it's early morning for Europeans. There was no auth on. If there was an auth on, like there's gonna be like 10 people locked, or 10 accounts locked, not 10 people per se. Who knows? Um, so yeah, this is definitely not the average one chat. But like chats like this are just like, I mean, it was really bad. When I was reading back blogs, and I read like every single line, which I will not be doing here, but I did on my own time. Um, yeah, I don't know. If we end up having mod jet forced or like S-Source forced, I mean, when you see like when a game like this happens, it definitely seems very reasonable that should happen. And then, I mean, it's a shame that it would happen just because of this one game where people just like went insane with no auth online. Um, yeah, that would be a shame for everyone, I think. But if it happens, it happens. Anyway, for the series overall, I just feel like Eevee's teams were better than Maki's, honestly. Like Diddly Gengar game 6, what? But yeah, I don't know. I think like the Dusclops Springs weren't very good as well, honestly. I didn't really like them. I feel like Eevee just brought more solid meta teams. And then like Maki's teams were more fish, and then the fishes didn't really work. So yeah, say pretty deserved one for Eevee Kid. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, we go Borglish versus Delamon. This is a huge win, by the way. This put Wooloo at 4, so Wooloo have at least a tiebreak. And as we go into Borglish versus Delamon. Okay, so first of all, Glitch Fangirl 3, this is like what Delamon, I know that Delamon would use, but it's actually board glitched, and then Entertain glitched is Delamon. Which is, I mean, this is like an act of terrorism, I think, because like at the start of the game, they didn't like say who was who, so this is actually just terrorism. Like switching ults like this, like switching ults and avatars like this, dude. Come on. Anyway, really played, so we see Landers get farmed by AV Guja, which is not a fair Pokemon. Like 22, dude, 22. AV Guja is literally broken. Anyway, next game, Ninetales Garchomp Prim. It's a pretty good Garchomp matchup unless it's Pokedarm. We see a Prim come out into the Darm. We see Icicle Crash get click turn 1, which, you know, means it's probably not, you know, banned. As it ends up being Zen. So I guess that was Zen into Garchomp to try to like Encore turn 1 on an Endure or something. Or just click Icicle Crash turn 1 and just like live an attack from non-banned, and banned is rare, so anyway, next game. See Red Darm, Crest Prim, Lele, Volk, Steelix. This is like Darm into Lele Volk, and then Prim into Steelix. We see a Crest come out, which is like, I did not expect. We see a Volcarona come out and defeat it. Volcarona, or Cresselia is not broken enough to defeat the bug type. Just all Crest there. I assume that just like beat Lele and Lix. And like Lele can beat Darm, so I guess it was hardened to Lele. So I guess that's what I would assume for this pick. Card can evoke. We see Delmon bring this team again. I think Board Glitch is up 2-1 at this point. This is a pretty good card matchup if it's banned. Otherwise, unclear whether it is banned or not. Might be AB. Because opposing Water Fairies... Actually, you run Volk for opposing Water Fairies. And then PZ, like, I don't know. Anyway, we just play. See the Chomp come out into a Volk. So I guess the Volk... I guess it was not banned cards, and then it was Volk into Ninetales, maybe? The Ninetales just clicks, like, Quiver Dance on it. It also might have just been, like, banned card, pick Volk into Grim, in case it's cussed out. Not too sure. Anyway, Common Guard Chomp W, though. This game we see Chomp so Volk. This is a team that, like, Asia brought on World Cup a lot. And we see Delmon bring the same team. Just going into the game, we see Garchomp get picked in the Sylve. We see Sylveon be fucking faster and then click Hyper Voice, but not kill. And then dodges Iron Tail. It's not cussed out. So yeah, this was a Choice Scarf Sylveon, and then it just like didn't kill Garchomp. So yeah, and it was an AV Garchomp. I assume Iron Tail killed. Maybe it was like Life Orb or something, or like Bands, I guess. But if it's Scarf Sylveon, the outspeeds, probably dying to the Iron Tail, no matter what the set is. So yeah. Border Glitch goes up 3-2. And game 3 we see Goodra Arcanine Feeny. We saw a lot of like Fire type plus like Feeny Supreme this series. Then we see Fire Rock Grass from Border Glitch. This game we see Tapu Fini get picked, and then we see a Rotom Heat come out, and then Delmon fucking forfeits, which I've never seen in my life. Like I've never seen an instant forfeit like that. With like a water type versus a fire type, but he was probably just Draining Kiss as the only attacking move, and then just doesn't have a win con versus Rotom. So yeah, Border Glitch puts up a good series, improved his record to 4-0, makes the series score 2-4, so keeping a minute. And then we had Lancer versus Akros and Mubs versus Notator as the last series. So yeah, we're just going to the Lancer vs Akros series. We see pretty clearly here that Akros wins and ends the week. So Mubs vs Notator then that gets to end the play. So I actually recorded this series, but I'm not gonna upload it because like I don't care. It's too much work. I'm just gonna like fast play through it though. We see Sock on Sock. This is like Akros' Scarf Sock. That's Fan Sock. Judging by like one of them proc 30, one of them didn't. Maybe it was a rolled proc 30, but I don't think so. Nevertheless, Akros wins. As you go through this series, just look at what Akros Conk matchups are. This game it could have been Specs Gen, but it ends up being like Physical X Scissor. I think that was banned. I was like discussing with Jacob during the game, like, is this a ban gen? And like he was like in the damage calc and he couldn't figure out the lag spread, and like he couldn't figure out the gen spread. Maybe it was muscle ban gen. I don't know. I was like trolling that it was like ban fly for Conk instead of just running like spec psych. But yeah, it's a common Snorlax W. We go into the next game. This is a good looking team from Lance. It's weak to grasses though. We have Jelly Chomp Sock, and then we see Akros bring Haxorus, Lax, and Fernape. Haxorus has a good matchup if it's like Dragon Gem. Garchomp's a sus pick because you can just lose to like a Scarf Haxorus here. But I assumed it was banned Haxorus because the Jellicent matchup is quite sus. Instead we see Snorlax come out. This is probably into like Garchomp, I guess, or like maybe Vestal's into Jellicent. But it ends up being the Krista that Akros likes. But the Jellicent ends up being Stall Water Gem. Water Gem's interesting. Seems like very Lancer France set to run. And defeats the Snorlax. Alright, we go to the game 4. We see Venusaur. I'm just going to play. You already know what Mon's coming out. So we go Venusaur. Lancer opts into Magnezone here, which is, good into Crustle. Because it may not have been Stall Manaphy, but I'm pretty sure Manaphy needs, like, a burn in order to win that matchup. Because they both shell smash to +6 and then add Storm to +6 of a stall. And then the Crustle can click Rock Blast into Rock Wrecker, has to hit 2 rock moves, but that kills. And then the Manaphy has to Scald Burn to not lose. Anyway, so we see Flash Cannon do 57, and we see Hidden Power Fire come out, and we see it be Endure. And the Magnezone is not custom itself, so it loses. So this game, this was a Specs Magnezone, and then this Venusaur was like bulky custom, judging by the damage rolls, I believe. That's what both Potato and Sancho said, so yeah. Anyway, common Venusaur W. Pretty sure Venusaur had like 100% win rate this week. It's actually insane. Anyway, go to the game 5. Here's Conk on live stream again. It's a really good meta matchup. Snorlax can win with counter. There's some Thunder sets that can win. But as we go into let's play, so the Thundurus comes out into the meta. Thunderbolt does 83. And we see a Zen, no bands, no Psychic Gem, do 50. So it ends up being Custap Berry and the Zen kills. These were definitely some funky ass rolls here. I'm pretty sure I heard like these are like bad rolls for Aquas to win this game, but gets the bad rolls and wins. Guy like me ran Specs Thunder and just exploded Metagross, obviously. But yeah. Aquas manages to clutch after not having a great tour thus far. So good for him. So yeah, basically how this week went, Dennis got upset. Good series from Xander. And then I would say Maki and Lancier got upset as well. And then Dillamon got upset by Glitch. All these were like pretty good series from the people who won that were like quote unquote not expected to win. So yeah, that's how the Manaphy season ends at the hands of the Wooloo Warriors. So Wooloo goes on to the finals, which is up. Actually posted by Dick this week, which is crazy. How long has this been? 47 minutes, Jesus. Alright, let's get into it. Yeah, Snorlax is the 1 seed versus Wooloo, the 3 seed, I believe. Well, they were like tied in seed. But we'll say that they're the 2nd seed just for purposes. So in the BO7, we have Potato Champ versus Delamon. Actually, let's open the standing sheet so you can look at some records. Yeah, they were like tied too. Alright, Wooloo's. So Delamon's 3-3, I believe. Yeah, Delamon's 3-3. Potato Champ won the first series. That was like the series that he picked RMG a bunch and won, I think. Or like he brought Darm and then Delamon, like, did not pick into Delamon that beat it, I think? I don't quite remember. But I would expect Potato Champ to win again. But this is a scary matchup for him, because playing Delamon's always a bit scary because of the tech set he can use. But I would still favor him. Gorilla versus Xander, I think, is a pretty similar story. Gorilla's been quite good this tour. If you look at the records, he's 4-1. Put up some good wins. He beat Xander last time in pretty not close series. So, yeah. Who knows what'll happen in the rematch when there's a lot of pressure in finals, though. Like, anything can happen. But Potato Champ in particular has been here. Like, Potato Champ's used to the clutch scenarios, probably more so than the Potato Champ and Gorilla, actually. They're probably more so used to the needing to win the clutch than the others. But I would still favor the Snorlax's SS overall. We go to the SM, we have Close vs Frosty. I mean, it's a pretty good. I mean, Close is one of the best SM players. Frosty's had a good tour, but I'm not going to predict him versus Close. This versus Beilblaze, I think, is an interesting matchup. I would predict Beilblaze to win, personally. This is Beilblaze in finals. This isn't bad. This is not a bad player, but he definitely shows flashes of being great, even. But I would probably favor Beilblaze because he's one of the better clutch players that are left in this tour. I would guess. I would say that Beilblaze has been pretty clutch over his time playing. So I would probably assume Beilblaze wins. I kind of unclear what they're doing in the team builders. It's like Team Asia SM. Where we see reuses, where we see new teams. Who knows? It's the same for these guys, though. Close reuses a lot. So let's see if new heat comes out from either side. The ORS Lit 11 versus Ecstatic. I think this is a one-way matchup. As Close XY said, I think Ecstatic is just not gonna lose. I don't think Ecstatic loses to anyone on the Snorlax's lineup. Honestly, I think he's especially with Dom helping him, it's pretty not fair in 2023. This is not fair. I don't know what Emil and the Snorlaxes are gonna be able to pull up with to beat him. Anyway, so we have K vs Akros. Honestly, I don't think Akros is that good. If I'm being perfectly honest. But Cave has also not had the greatest tour. Building hasn't been the best as well. Honestly, from the Snorlaxes and Black White. But I don't know. I mean, I would probably still say Cave. Like Akros clutched last week, but I don't know. I'd probably still say Cave. Last time Snorlaxes played the Wooloo, it was Cave vs Joker, and then Joker timed out and lost. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this just comes down to building. Akros is someone that I think uses a lot of the same stuff. Gets bad matches versus a lot of the same stuff. Unless he's going to exploit that, they should win. If Akros can, maybe bring some new stuff that's different from his usual, maybe that can be good for him as long as the new stuff isn't bad. If it just comes down to picking, I feel like Cave can get a read on him because I feel like Akros's picking patterns are also pretty similar. Anyway, Euphanos vs Stravish, the Filipino matchup, two best TPP players in the tour. We have 5-0 Euphanos versus 5-1 Stravish. Overall, very exciting match. So I guess Euphanos made a match card for this, so I'm just gonna read this because. Alright, so celebrating my 1600th post with this match card, with Euphanos winning over Stravish in week 3 of Origins Premier League. Euphanos, I'd like to say Stravish is not someone you mess with in the DPP 1v1 metagame, trust me. Stravish bouncing back after the week 3 loss. Stravish had an impressive bounce back victory over Chris. And then Stravish jumps in over Joker, wins against Blurmt, so Wooloo advances semis. Then anyway, back to Stravish. I wish for the Wooloo Warriors to advance to the finals. I want to battle the legend himself once more. That's very, very wholesome. I like it. Then Stravish pulls up another victory against Chris Numbers. This is kind of a fire post. And Akros wins over Lancer to bring the Wooloo to the finals. And then anyways, we go back to Euphanos. I have witnessed Stravish grow as one of the most amazing DPP players in this league. I am definitely proud of my protege taking off in the tournament despite only having one loss on his record. I'm very sure he will prepare against the person who handed him the only one loss, his mentor, who happens to be his fellow compatriot, me. Alright, let me see some quotes. I have never seen someone as dominant in one generation as Euphanos. I mean, is that true? Realistically, no. I would say Ecstatic and Potato Chan have both been extremely dominant in their times. Euphanos actually went negative on Polygon. He went negative on World Cup Pacific, but he did have pretty good records on his other tours. So I would not agree with this. Euphanos is obviously, I would say he's the best DPP player of all time at this point, honestly. His other competition is in creative. Anyway, since the beginning of 1-1 Classic 5, Euphanos has never dropped a single DPP match. Even when he lost the entire finals match against James, he still won that DPP set. That's insane. Yep, that's true, because World Cup 5 was before Classic 5, so yeah, that's true. Drip Legend, I think it's really insane that Euphanos has not had an unsuccessful lure in this entire tour. That is true. Euphanos' techs always hit. Anyway, Euphanos, apparently our manager wanted to bring Stravish to our side until he was deemed too expensive and ended up being in the Wooloo Warriors. So I guess it was a blessing in disguise when Stravish and I didn't end up being teammates. As such, when he got assigned to play the meta that I am in, he really did well. Stravish. I would have started elsewhere if Euphanos and I ended up being teammates since he's the most proficient player in the DPP pool, correct? Thought I would start as an OS player. Boy, was I wrong. Though I am thankful that Euphanos introduced me to this rather forsaken metagame, and I wouldn't be in this position if it weren't for his guidance. Now that I'm facing him again, this time in the finals, I really want to win this game real bad. I want to hand over the Legend's first loss in this tournament. Euphanos, you almost got me in our first meeting, not going to lie to you. I enjoyed that match the most, though I do believe you still have a lot to learn. Hope you prepare real well this time. Anyway, I find that Black White metagame is pretty bad. That is a DP metagame as well. If Euphanos and Stravish were here, I agree. Oops. Would have been solved with other presents. You can go wrong when you're staying by Pokemon. I actually don't agree with this in DPP. The Filipinos have revolutionized the modern DP metagame. That's correct. I think there's more the same 7 or 8 Pokemon, not quite 5. But it's just there's a few more Pokemon than 5. So yeah, obviously Friday 10 a.m. GMT -4. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's definitely a react from me. Do I love react? Yeah, I think that's a love react for me, honestly. This is a pretty cool post. I like it. That about says anything that I could say about the matchup. So yeah, the ADV Hungry Foodies versus EV Kid. EV Kid has had some good wins this tour. Hungry Foodies has been kind of hit or miss, I want to say. So maybe EV Kid has potential to win. Um, see if they tiebreak, then who knows? Who knows what happens? Probably Wulu picks. Wulu has to pick first. So I think the issue if Wulu picks Oras with Ecstatic, then Snorlax can just pick like SM. They can just send close, assuming close wins. Then we might have close versus Beyblade rematch from the regular season. So I guess that isn't bad for the Wulu. SS will probably just be Potato Chan, probably rematching versus Delamon again, unless I want to send Stravage in SS, which is definitely possible. Um, so yeah, honestly, these two teams are pretty evenly matched. Honestly, I mean, if I had a gun to my head, I would say the Snorlax is win 5-3. Uh, if it goes to tiebreak, I feel like the Wooloo can win because they have ecstatic advantage in this tiebreak, and then they have Beyblade for the experience, with tiebreak experience. I don't think he has tiebreak experience actually, but he has a lot of experience on just in general. So I feel like Wooloo can win the tiebreak. Um, yeah, this feels like a really good finals. Excited to watch. Who knows what I'll be able to record? Uh, maybe the ORAS, maybe the BO7. Those could be cool. Uh, maybe the DPP, honestly, but actually no, the DPP happens at a time where I can't record, unfortunately. So yeah. Anyway, best of luck to all teams. Thanks for watching. Peace.